We are recording this for later view, just in case you have to leave early or others within your organization would like to see it. It will be available via a link on our website, www.bpa-solutions.net. So anyway, I just want to welcome you and introduce Jeff Webb, who is the presenter today. Jeff, would you say hello?
Hello, everyone.
All right. And Boris Lutz is in the background. He'll be answering your questions as Jeff presents. Obviously, as Jeff presents, he won't be able to answer questions, but there will be a question and answer period later in the broadcast. But so, Boris, would you like to say hello to everybody out there?
Yes, hello, everyone.
All righty, that's enough. All right, guys.
Muted.
We're going to start here just showing you a small agenda. If you can do me a favor, Jeff, and go to the next web. There you go. Over on the right-hand side of your screen, you've got a little control panel, and hopefully you can see the area that you can ask a question. Please feel free to ask questions at any point, and again, Boris is on the background answering them. Let's see here. Other than that, we've turned off the ability to speak simply because, well, we've got a lot of people online here, and then secondly, the ability to raise your hand is off simply because there's just, we'll just answer your questions in the background. Again, just too many people in order to respond to raised hands. So. First thing I'm going to do is a 1 minute, and again, I'm going to keep this to 1 minute about BPA solutions. I'm sure you all out there just love company presentations. This is not one of them. We are here to demonstrate BPA CRM for SharePoint, and that's what this will entail. This will not be a big thing on BPA and what it's about. Okay, the demonstration should last about 40 minutes. It may last a little longer, or it might be a little shorter. But we do have a questions and answer period at some point here. Well, first I will go over delivery and pricing and next steps, and then we will go to a Q&A session if you decide to stay. We'll answer as many questions as we can, and we'll go as long as we need to. So, okay, just a little bit about BPA. BPA, interestingly, is completely self-financed and completely profitable. This is obviously an anomaly in today's software world, but we're proud to say that. Right now we're at 18 employees and expanding actually fairly quickly. We are a Silver Microsoft certified partner. Now, we were Gold just until a few months ago when Microsoft changed their criteria for being Gold. Now there's a lot more things involved, and so we're now Silver. We do have partners worldwide, and actually are looking for partners in North America, of course, with a competency within CRM and SharePoint. And, of course, offices in Europe. We have 3 offices in Europe and 2 here in the United States. So with that, if we can go to the next slide. Again, keeping this under, or 1 minute or under, this is just a list of some of our clients. We have quite a few here in the United States. In Canada, along with quite a few overseas, across the board, everything from Australia to Japan. Here in the U.S., all over. So, and the next slide there, you can go ahead and start your session. Jeff.
Here. Hi, thanks for unmuting me, Bobby.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, good morning, SharePoint land. I'd like to talk to you today about CRM, and just first things first, customer relationship management software is a way to unify and track communications with prospective or existing clients. It's primarily to drive sales, but also to increase customer satisfaction and to reduce costs internally. I'd like to show you what I think is the best SharePoint-based CRM today and explain why I think SharePoint is a great platform for CRM. So how many times has a vendor accidentally called you twice or dropped the ball when you asked for information or a quote? Those people weren't using BPA, I pretty much guarantee it. Because BPA provides the best email integration I've seen in SharePoint. It gives you a complete solution for the entire sales cycle, all within a standard SharePoint site. So I'm going to say that again. It's all SharePoint. There's no custom database, or there's no huge XML file that you have to edit in Visual Studio. So let's take a look at the system. This is my dashboard, and it shows me the things that are most important on a day-to-day basis. These are my activities, and sort of like a work bin that things come in that I need to address. Open opportunities for the company is just a list of the things that we're working on, the sales we're trying to make. You can also have gauges. They're very popular charting types things, KPIs, and a look-ahead calendar that's color-coded. If I scroll over this, I see that I have some events here coming up. I've got a legend that's color-coded with those things. These web parts are all part of the BPA platform. And again, it's very SharePoint based, so everything acts like you might expect it to. So I want to walk you through a day in the life of a salesperson using the system, so you really get a feel for what it's like. So I was at SharePoint Saturday last week, and I got a business card from a woman who was interested in our product. So I'm going to go to Contacts, and this is my list of all the contacts in the system, and I'm going to click New Contact and enter her information from her business card. Surname, wait, let me go back here. I'm skipping ahead. I want to check it first and make sure that she's not in the system. So her name is Claudia Hill, and I'm going to do a quick search here and see if she's in. And she's not. I can determine that, so I'm going to create New Contact. And her name is Ms. Hill. Claudia. Now I need to see if her account is in the system. If the business she works for is Pixel Mill, so I'm going to do a quick search, and I don't see it there. This is a very intelligent form that can do a lookup in another list, but I can also create new from right here. So I'm going to create her account information here. And I'm going to assign it to me. I'm not going to set a parent account, but it's possible to put a hierarchy of accounts for very large customers. And I can add the rest of the address and other information there. Now, I want to point out to you these tabs here. This is all part of the BPA Smart Forms technology, along with the dynamic drop-downs here and the toolbar buttons. All this is designable from the browser, which is very nice. It makes it very smooth to operate, and it means I don't have to bring in a coder to do it. So now that I've done that, Pixel Mill is going to show up, and I can choose it. Bang, just like that. I'm going to assign Claudia to me, keep track of her, enter her phone number, and then her email is an incredibly important piece of information. It's really a key about her. And it's chill@pixelmill.com. And since I'm going to be emailing her all the time, you can see why that's important. I'm going to go ahead and put her in as a qualified lead. I could select a language here if I was dealing with people from multiple countries. Again, I've got full address information I can enter, but I'm just going to leave it like that for the sake of brevity. Click Save. And now she appears in the system. So I want to get in touch with her right away. To do that, I'm just going to click on her name, and that displays the profile page for this contact. And there you see all the information I just entered. I like to work from this page because if I create new items from here, it fills in all her account information and anything else that's associated with her automatically. So between those two pages, between the contacts list and the contact profile, I'm going to probably spend about 90% of my time here as a salesperson. So the first step is to send her an email. And this is the BPA email tool for sending things out. You notice it looks just like SharePoint because it is SharePoint. And one of the beauties of this here is I can choose predefined templates here. I'm going to pick my brochure template that I created earlier. And there I've got all the text that I defined in my template. I've got an attachment down here with the brochure, so I didn't have to go look that up. And it's the current one. And I'm going to personalize this message so that she knows I'm a human talking to her, and she feels a little bit better about the email. So I'm going to say, was nice. Oh, I need to type in the right place here. Just change focus. was a pleasure meeting you at SharePoint. Oops, you spelled correctly. Saturday. Here is the brochure I promised. See why I don't type for a living. And then I can preview this message here, check for typos. As you can tell, it's probably a great idea for me to check for typos. I'm going to close, and I'm going to send a copy to me because I don't want to really bother Claudia with my demo right now. Sent a demo to me. It was pretty quick. We sit here for a second, and you'll see it pop up in my inbox. So this is the single email contacts that you use. We also have the ability to send out mass emails. Oh, there's my mail. Came in. So mass emails are a way to reach out to a bunch of customers at once, obviously. So I'm looking at my contacts list here in my email recipients. I'm going to choose my contacts, which is trimmed for just the people that I'm interested in. I'm going to select items from that list. I'm going to pick Anna, Michael, Stephen, and John. I'm going to click Save. And you see they come in down here. I've got 3 items selected. I guess I missed one of them there. I'm going to go ahead and delete Claudia from this, and then I'm going to preview this again. And here you see that Anna's name is filled in with the message. So you can create highly personalized messages based on the metadata from here, from these merge fields here. So you can create very sophisticated mail merge that creates personalized mail for individual users. Hey, Bobby, why don't you start a poll here? I think you had some questions you wanted to ask. Are you muted?
Yes, I am muted. There we go. No, I'm not muted.
Good.
Right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and launch the first poll. Do you currently have a CRM system? Now, I'm going to leave this poll open just for a couple, probably about 50 seconds or so, 40, 50 seconds. If you could do me a favor and start voting, that'd be great. I'll wait till at least we get 75% of you voting. Right now, about 50% have voted. Please go ahead and vote. We're up to about 70%. And I'll leave this open for about another 30 or another 20 seconds or so. And we are right around 85%, so I am going to go ahead and close the poll and share the results with you. And it looks, yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
No, it looks to me like most of you out there don't currently have a CRM system. A lot of you are utilizing the likes of Salesforce.com. There's a couple others out there I'm aware of. But thank you very much for voting.
Okay, so I'm going to take it back over here. This email tool of sending email is a really great way to get the word out to your users or your customers, but you need to close the loop. So here I have the email that I sent earlier here, and I want to send this back to the CRM system. So it's very important to be able to do that. BPA has an add-in they created to allow me to send this back to my activities list here, and I just click on the add-in, and this is configurable in Outlook, so I just have one place located there. It takes a little while to bind all the lookup values here, in part because I'm communicating with a server in Switzerland. Within your LAN, it's very fast. So I have the ability here to do a quick lookup, and I'm going to associate this with me. So I've got an account there. That's my account, and I'm going to use my email name. Just look up Jeff. There I am. And then if I send to SharePoint, it's going to populate the metadata for that item and confirm it. So then I can close it. And if I go back to the system, you'll see in my activities list, there's my new email here. And I've got a nice little preview button here that I can take a look at it. And it shows the communication that I've been having. Now, these come in as completed activities. That, of course, is configurable. By rule, when we look at the home page, we only see the outstanding activities that we have to do, which is appropriate. So there's always a way to look back in my history, but I'm looking mainly at look ahead here. It's my main interest. I'd also like to show you some of the other capabilities that are built in. Because this is all built on standard SharePoint lists and libraries, the contacts list is in fact a contacts list. Whoa, blow me away there. So I can actually come in here and export this contact back to Outlook, open it, and then I can update Claudia from in my system and just update, and then the new information is in there. So all these things work like just the way you expect them to. Tasks are tasks, issues lists are issues lists. It's all SharePoint, like I said. So I'm going to keep repeating that, I think, until you're a little tired of it. But I think that's very important because when you get new capabilities with the next version of Office, this product is already ready for it. You don't have to wait for them to update the product, because if Office has it, you can leverage it for Office 15. The other thing is they're part of the TAP program, so they've already survived one upgrade from 2007 to 2010 that went well. They're getting ready for the next upgrade, so everything should be really great for the look ahead. So Claudia, I get to get back to my day in the life. Claudia got back with me, and she said that brochure looks great. The management team wanted to talk to me, so I'm going to enter a new opportunity for this. And an opportunity is just a potential sale. I'm going to name it BPA CRM for Pixel Mill. I'm going to assign it to me. And the stage, here I'm going to use my Smart drop-down, and I'm going to pick, this is my first appointment. I'm going to put in an amount. I'm going to guess that it's worth about $20,000 as an opportunity. And it's a new account, so I'm choosing NC, and it's software. This fall-down checkbox allows me to put this opportunity on hold, say Claudia is out of the office or something for a week. I can put it on hold so it doesn't count against me. So my first appointment is going to be tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, actually. We're on a leap year. And I don't have a next appointment yet, but I know that my opportunities generally take about 6 weeks to close. So 4/15, tax day. I'm going to go ahead and click. Oh, I wanted to show you that my related lists came in here. So the account is filled in automatically. Claudia is filled in automatically, all because I started from the contacts list. So I click Save. I guess you'd call that context aware. And now the opportunity appears here in the system. And you can see that it's a first contact. So if I give my demo and it goes well, as I expect it will, I'll want to advance this opportunity to the next stage. And I can do that either by clicking on it here and opening it up just like I did the other things, or I can do it from the sales system. So let's take a look at the sales system. That's really sort of the heart of the system. It's right up here. And this is a graphical representation of all the things that are in our sales pipeline. And there you see all the first opportunities that we're working on. And it's important to note that this actually implements the DEI sales system methodology, where we know that we're going to get about 8 first meetings for 5 in-persons, and then we're going to have about 3 follow-up meetings before we close a deal. We also know that there's a certain percentage associated with each level, and once we get to info gathering, once we get to proposal, those percentages go up. So right now I'm at the 0%. If I filter on my opportunities here, you can see all of my things here, and you'll see that this opportunity here is color-coded blue because she's a new customer, and I'm going to go ahead and advance this one step. So I just click Edit. Now with the Smart drop-down, I have to reset the value so that it goes and looks up the new ones. And then I'm going to say Info Gathering. That's my demo level. And I've got a new meeting for that. So this is going to happen on the 8th. And then I click Save. Then if I go back to the sales system, I'm going to go ahead and filter again because we have a lot of data here. Jeff? You'll see there it advanced, and it's calculated at 25% of the total of the cost there. Bobby, do you want to do another poll? Bobby, you there? Huh? I don't hear you.
There we go. Yeah, so, yeah, just kind of curious on which versions of SharePoint you're utilizing. If you could go ahead and vote, that'd be great. We're up to 50% already. We are up to about 70. I'll leave this open for about another 10-15 seconds. And I should note that it's very simple to go from 2000 to 2010. This is not a big, huge deal. It's a fairly simple migration. We've got about 80% have gone ahead and voted. So I'm going to close the poll, and I'll share the results with you. And as I would expect, the vast majority are on 2010, with about 30% being on 2007. Thank you very much for voting, and Jeff, go right ahead.
That's great. I know a lot of people that are still stuck on 2007. I'm happy to see that. So let's get back to the demo. So my demo for Pixel Mill went real well. I'm going to advance this another step. Just click on the opportunity and actually enter a quote for it. So first I'm going to advance this to the next stage, which is proposal, reset. And now my probability of close goes up to 50% there. I'm going to click Save. And of course this is configurable. The stages are all configurable, again through SharePoint lists and libraries. It's very easy. So I want to make a new quote for Claudia. So I create a list item. And this is like the containing item for the entire quote. So US dollars. I want to record what date I'm going to enter it for, so I know what price list I used when I was calculating it. And click Save. And now it appears on my profile page for the opportunity, and I drill down one level, and I can add line items to the quote. So the line items come from my product list, and this is the part that we really need to set up for people because everybody has a different product list, of course. And here I got my smart drop down again. I'm going to put in a pro server with no VAT. I'm going to want one server, and it brings in the number automatically through replication. This field replication feature, along with the smart drop downs, are all part of the out-of-the-box features. So I'm going to that come with BPA. Click Save. I'm going to add another line, and this is for the user licenses. Pro user licenses are in 10 packs. No VAT. I have 3 10 packs. She's got 25 users that want to use the system, and this stands for their user licenses per user. Click Save. And then I save and close my my quotes. So now I've got it in the system, but I need to generate a document out of that data so that I can send it to her in email. So to do that, I'm going to click Mail Merge. Now the name of that button is going to change. Boris promised me, and it generated the new quote just by clicking on that. It uses a template that's stored elsewhere in the system. I'm going to exit Mail Merge, and you'll see it added that quote here to the tab here. So again, it's really easy to get this to Claudia. I just click Send Email. And since I'm using the template that's associated with that list by default, it brought in the attachment automatically. It filled out her information. I can preview just like I did the other. And in this case, I'm going to send a copy to me. So my time as a salesperson is really valuable, but the ability to reduce the sales cycle is a lot more valuable because that's real value to the company. And it didn't take me very long to do those activities. How long would it take you? Do you use Excel for your estimation? You know, these are sort of all fair questions to ask. I can preview my quote here in the email and see I could send it back if I wanted to, or I could have it automatically update the activities list. So that about completes my day in the life for a salesperson. Advancing this onto the completed stage is kind of more of the same. It's all click and fill out forms. I want to take a look at what a sales manager might see. Now, as a sales manager, I'm more interested in this number over here, won opportunities, this KPI. But as far as lists go, rather than the contacts, I'm going to be looking at opportunities here. I'd like to also point out to you this really nice videos. They include the videos of all the different steps here in the site itself. I consider that a best practice when you're designing a SharePoint site. Build documentation into the system. I like that a lot. Anyway, I can see here that I've got all my opportunities are listed. Here's the one I just added. You can see that I'm doing fine as far as expectations go. I've got this nice little indicator that's automatically updating me on the schedule. I noticed that this one, that Boris is falling a little bit behind, so I'm going to go ahead and drill down into that and see why that's an issue just by clicking there. And it's usually around date management. So the rules in the system say that if a date is passed, that that it's going to highlight that. So I'm going to go ahead just and change the date on this to give him a little bit more time to work. But I could call him or ask him to explain himself or something like that. And now it should update. Let's see if I did it right. Yep, now he's green. So yellow means you're kind of meeting expectations. Greens means you're all good to go. Red means you're behind on something. Of course, again, this is configurable, the rules on that. Since it's SharePoint, it's pretty easy to do. You can set your own logic up there. It's just important to kind of document change and make sure that people know what the rules are that are in place. Again, the sales manager is going to use the sales system a lot. And what they're going to be looking for is that we have a lot of leads generated, and so we look pretty good here. We've got 11 for 2 salespeople. That's all right. And they're going to want to see a slope that goes to this side here. So we know that there are fewer of first appointments and fewer demos. But if we see things starting to stack up here in the proposal stage, we know that's an indicator that we might need to go and clean out some of these opportunities. We might need to go either put them on hold, put them in the parking lot. So let's go ahead and do that here, and it's going to take this out of the main flow so that we can focus on the more important business opportunities. And in my experience, the most important ones are new business. New business is going to be recurring revenue over the lifetime of the system, and it's just great if you can close that. That's super. So let's take a look here. And what this did was it moved that opportunity down here into fall down, which is you can rename very easily. It's sort of a parking lot. There are things that are under review, and we're going to find out what the issue is with that opportunity and fix it later. Something else sales managers are really, really interested in are graphics. If they click on charts, you'll see a demo page with some of the graphics that BPA provides. There are 15 charts in all. This is the ever-popular gauge chart that they created. The sales funnel is actually part of the DEI sales system, and it gives you a very dense, compact view of how you're doing overall. Again, the funnel is from opportunities to demos to proposals to sales. I want to prove to you that this is all just normal SharePoint, so I'm going to go ahead and edit this chart. I don't like the fact that I'm in the yellow zone there, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to just change the parameters on that chart to put me in the green. I'm going to go ahead and edit the web part. This should give you a feel for how the web parts are maintained. This is usually activity of system admin or a SharePoint person on your team. We don't usually have the sales manager doing this. So I'm just going to change the title, closed opportunities. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to say I want the low alarm value to be a little bit lower, and I want my low warning level to be a lot lower. So I'm just going to change my scale a little bit there. I'm going to change this too. I'm going to make myself look really good. And those are just indications. Of course, this is tied to the list. So click OK. Wait a second. Stop editing. It's going to update the page, and then suddenly I'm going to be looking a lot better. Hey, we're making our quota. So you can see why you don't let sales managers do that. Anyway, again, there are more.
That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, Jeff. All right, Jeff. You know what? I do need to do a quick poll here.
Okay.
And that is, we're a little ways into this, and before people stop dropping off in about 15 minutes, wanted to know how would you like us to follow up with you?
Okay.
And my next poll is going to be, do you want a trial version? You want us to go ahead and set you up with a trial, which is all online, and that's very simple for you. If in fact you would like to, that's my next poll, which I'll do right after this. So far, only about 50% of you have voted here. I'll wait till this gets up to about 75%. And if you don't vote, boy, you can really expect a few phone calls from me, right away. I'm just going to assume you need BPA Solutions CRM system right now. So please go ahead and vote. We've got about 75% that have voted. I'm going to leave this up for about another 10 seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and close this, and now I'm going to ask if in fact you would like to set you up with a trial version. So if you could please vote here, and if it's just a simple yes or no here, just let me know, and we will contact you via email with the email that you signed up with, and get you onto a trial account. So far, about 75% have voted. I'm going to wait just for a second here, probably another 10-15 seconds. Please let us know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this poll. Thank you very much for voting. And if you could like to go ahead and continue, please do so.
Thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome.
So I hope you get a feel for the charts and how configurable they are. The other thing I wanted to show you here in analytics, which I think is pretty important, is the ability to query the system. Reporting is huge in SharePoint. I just finished deploying SSRS somewhere, and I like this a little bit better because I don't have to work so hard. The easiest way to start with queries is to start from an existing report that Boris has configured for me. Now this is going to pull data from 3 different lists in the system. You can define parameters and different types of information. All I have to do is take this report and click Run Now. It's going to go and collect my data and put it into a new list. And then if I just click Opportunities by Country, I get a view of that list. And this is just a standard SharePoint list. I can filter very easily. I can export this to an Excel spreadsheet. This one would be a nice one to bring in as a pivot chart, so I could show regional stuff. I can email this out to my sales managers. I think that's a very powerful tool, and it's worth discovering in depth in a one-on-one session because people have a lot of specific questions around that. Some of the other capabilities I'd like to talk about are the ability to handle help desk requests. Now, CRM here, BPA CRM, is based on BPA's XRM platform. That's all those web parts and activities that you saw. So you can build a lot of different things out of it. And they built a help desk solution, which is included with CRM, so that customers can make queries. You can very easily see what the question was. the salespeople can see how their customers are being handled by the help desk, and they can look at the solutions that have been proposed, so they can track this information. This is great consolidation of a response team here. Also, they have this add-on, or it's part of the system, to manage campaigns. And in this case, we can generate marketing campaigns and track how many opportunities were generated, what was the expected revenue, and take a look at some KPIs here, some indicators that show how we're doing with our campaigns. And probably most importantly here is the ability to take opportunities from the web as well as email or manual entry. So eCRM is a connector that lets you tie the system into web forms on the public internet, and you can enter your information here. Email.com. And then submit, and it'll cycle back into the system automatically and then can be dealt with. That's a very powerful tool for generating leads. Finally, I want to show you that we support mobile devices. This is a previewer. If you're interested, I can send you a link to this. iPad Peek, so you can see what your web app looks like on the iPad. Helps for web demos like this. I usually bring in my wife's iPad and show people what things look like, but I can't do that in an online presentation. If I click Home, you can see the graphics here. This is a good way to test out the JavaScript on any page. Boris showed me how to do this. I was very excited. You can see that I'm not getting any errors. Things display correctly. You can fill out forms from the iPad or an iPhone or whatever device you want. Charts all display correctly. There's quite a bit of capability there. So I'm wrapping up. Bobby, did you have any other polls that you wanted to conduct here? Can I go to my last close here?
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up. No other polls.
Okay. So I hope you got a feel for the capabilities of this app and how easy it is to use. A lot of the things that I like about it can be summarized with these forms here. I get called a lot to do this type of implementation where we're doing smart forms of some type, and editing this toolbar up here, the ribbon, adding the drop downs and things like that, having the ability to have tabbed forms, all those kinds of activities. We get asked for over and over again. I like that this is a complete solution for this application. I like a lot that it implements a methodology, a sales methodology that's been proven. There's a lot more to talk about. I'd like to show you the workflow capabilities, the smart forms, talk a little bit more about large list optimization when we get a chance, maybe a one-on-one session, and work with you on the self-service lead generation. And that's about it for me. I'm noticing a lot of questions up here. I don't know if we want to start addressing those, or if you want to go back to slides for a second. There was a couple of good ones that I really kind of want to talk about.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the slides for just a second.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the question and answer period. And yeah, there is quite a few very good questions out there I think that we should answer and let everybody know.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go.
So we do have just about every implementation option you can have. Now, I will get into purchasing and pricing in just a second, but because you have 3 different iterations of each, it's really all not that all confusing. It really depends on how you would like to implement and purchase. So of course we've got the on-premise, take the software and install it yourself. We got it in the cloud, and of course you can also do a hybrid of the two. But as far as purchasing, you can purchase it outright. You can lease it or rent it, as a lot of people call it nowadays. Or you can do software as a service. So, and just so that you're aware, if you already own SharePoint, which all of you do, you wouldn't be online otherwise. You're looking at a probably less than a one-third cost from something like a Dynamics. The implementation is very, very quick. goes very, very quickly in that it's generally not more than 2 days. It can go up to 3 days depending on just how detailed you like to get. Maybe 4 days if you really want to get into detail with the workflow and things like that. And you know, we had shown that it's fairly easy to train people too. For your salespeople, I mean, the training's to a large degree built in. So if you want to go into the next slide, we have three different editions of this. The standard is the most basic. You got the professional, which adds quite a bit, including the Outlook connector, the quote generator, etc. And then there's the enterprise version. Now here's the thing, is that you don't have to go with any of these three. We can certainly mix and match, okay? We won't go off the standard. We do require the standard, but from the standard we can add any of these other things. So it's pretty easy for us to do that, and we'll work out the price dependent on the actual things needed. So you get what you really need, and you don't get what you don't. So of course there are other add-ons to that, but you know, those are things you can actually look on the website for. If you go to our website, bpa-solutions.net, and again that's a .net. And again, this is just kind of an example of just a per user pricing. Of course, we've got server licensing, unlimited users, we got every option here. So software assurance, and that includes all updates and support, of course, goes, if you want to just do a 1-year contract, it's at 22%, and it goes down to 15% depending on how long you want to go. And then as far as follow-up, we really want you to try it. We know that once you try it, you're really going to like it. We are the #1 CRM solution for SharePoint in the world by far at this point. And so then there's a reason for it. It's easy to use, it's easy to modify, etc. You can contact me directly, and again, that's bpa-solutions.net. That's the .net, .net.com. We had some enterprising people get the bpa-solutions.com, and so it's bpa-solutions.net. And of course, Jeff and I are happy to do some personalized demonstrations. If you have a specific need and want to go into something much more specific, we're happy to do so. Just get in touch with me, and we'll set up a time. From there, you can go ahead, Jeff, and we'll let's go ahead and get into the question and answer period. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Boris.
Unmuted. And
I will mute myself. So, and now, Boris, you can go ahead and stop the recording at this point, and we can go.